Okay, guys, we're going to do 2.2, least common multiple. So remembering the multiples so multiples are basically the products of two factors, right? So whenever we have a multiplication table, all the products, all the answers. So if I have 3 times 1 equals 3, all of this will be my multiples, okay? So here we go. Let's go right here. So if I'm going to find the LCM of 8 and 6, I can do that by listing. So again, least common multiple means least common multiple. So basically I'm saying if I look at the multiplication table of 8 and 6, which is the first number that they both have in common, okay? So that's what I'm trying to look for. So I can list it by going, okay, I'm going to look at multiplication table of 8, right? So I can say, well, if I look at my multiplication table, just to show you, 8 times 1 is 8, times 2 is 16, times 3 is 24. So that's what I'm going to be listing the multiples. So I'm going to have 8, 16, 24. 8 times 4 is 32. 8 times 5 is 40, right? And then times 6 is 48. And I'm going to stop right there. And then I'm going to look at 6. So then 6 times 1 is 6, times 2 is 12, times 3 is 18, times 4 is 24. Times 5 is 30, 36, right? But right here, I don't even have to continue because I'm already looking right here. And I see that the first one they have in common is 24, right? They don't have 8 or 6, 16 or 12 or 18, but the first one they have in common is 24. So the LCM of these two numbers is going to be 24, okay? So that's the way that you can find the LCM of two numbers. Another way that we can find it is by doing the ladder method. So let me show you how to do the ladder method, okay? So the ladder method you're going to take, and then after we do this lesson, I'll show you how to find the GCF and the LCM with just one method. So we'll do that, and that's in the back of your notebook where you have all the formulas written for you. So the ladder method, I'm going to take my 8 and my 6, right? And then I'm going to say, okay, what factor do they have in common? Okay, when we just talked about factors. So then what number can I divide both of them by and get something evenly out with that remainder? So 2 works. 2 is the factor of 8 and 6. Okay, so then I'm going to say 2 times, right here is going to be my times, right? So 2 times what gives me 8? 4. And then I'm going to say 2 times what gives me 6? That will be a 3. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply, and then I'm going to keep on going if I'm able to, if they don't. So right here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue. If I'll continue if they have a common factor, but because 4 and 3 do not have a common factor except 1, then I'm going to stop right there. So then I'm going to do, what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply those 3 factors together. So then I have 2 times 4 is 8, and 8 times 3 is 24. So that's how I find that right there. Let me do another one with the ladder method so you can see it and understand how that works. Bigger numbers for this one because when we do the ladder method, this actually comes in handy. If I were to list them, I'll do that later, but I'm going to do the ladder method. So I have 12 and 8. I'm going to look at a common factor. I know that both of them can be divided by 2, so I'm going to take the 2. 2 times 6 gives me 12, and then 2 times 4 gives me 8. And I'm going to look at my 6 and my 4. Do they have a common factor? Yes, they do. They have a 2 in common, right? So then I can do 2 times 3 is 6, and then 2 times 2 is 4, okay? 3 and 2 do not have any other common factor but 1, so I'm going to stop right there. And I'm going to take this right here, and I'm going to multiply that all together to get my LCD, okay? Sorry, my LCM. So I'm going to say 2 times 2 is 4. So basically I have 2 times 2 times 3 times 2, okay? So 2 times 2 is 4, and then 3 times 2 is 6. So that will give me 24, okay? So I can use that will be 24. Now, if I wanted to list, I will do 12 is 12, 24, 36, right? And then 8, 16, 24. So then that's how we use the ladder method to do this one right here. Okay, so for your homework, you're going to do 1, 2, and 3. So find the LCM, the least common multiple of 9 and 3, 4 and 7, and 16 and 6. So you have these 3 problems to do. And then you will show me those problems and their solutions at the beginning of class when we do our 2.2 lesson on your whiteboard. God bless you. Remember, math is magical and you're amazing.